Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. We're closing in on the end of Battle for Zendikar spoiler season, with only a few days left of individual spoilers before we see the entire set this Friday. That doesn't stop Wizards from trickling out some ridiculous cards, including a certain legendary vampire, the new standard and mana elves, and more. Hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to hit that like button. If you don't, Obnixilis won't be happy. I know, the stakes have never been higher. Scour from Existence is 7 mana for an instant. Exile target permanent. This is a common. Is anyone else really surprised by a card like this? Doesn't this seem like a card Wizards would make a rare? It does, right? But it's common. That's hilarious. Imagine how many of these are going to go around the draft table. That's funny. I want this card. It exiles any target permanent. It's like Vindicate, but everyone gets to use it. And it's 1,000,000 mana, but everyone gets to use it. You can even exile Emrakul with this. Yeah, that's awesome. Assuredly a commander staple forever since it has no color identity, pretty much exactly what that format wants. Beyond that, I'm hearing some whispers about inclusion in Tron, but I don't know. Also, this triggers Sanctum of Ugin, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I like it a lot, but I have a weird feeling I'll end up drafting 20 of these and either destroy everyone or regret my entire life. Benthic Infiltrator is 3 mana for a 1/4 Eldrazi drone with Devoid and Ingest. It can't be blocked. This may not seem like much to you, but it's real good and limited. Unblockable and has Ingest, yes please. Plus it has high toughness, easy to block with. This is one of those top-end filler cards for a limited deck that you're happy to play. Keep that in mind, a good card here. Gotta love the Ingest enablers. Merc Strider is 4 mana for a 3/2 Eldrazi processor with Devoid. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, return target creature to its owner's hand. Yes! This is an amazing limited payoff for the Ingest card we just looked at. It isn't as good as Separatist Void Mage in a vacuum, but if you can reliably enable Ingest, this is going to be great. You get an extra point of power over the Void Mage, and the return effect is always incredibly useful. The tempo swings are real. Complete Disregard is 3 mana for an instant with Devoid. Exile target creature with power 3 or less. I'm torn with this card. The ability is going to be super relevant in Standard, especially with high quality creatures like Hangerback Walker and Den Protector running around. The ability is useful. The problem is it's a little expensive, but instant speed sort of makes up for that. I feel like this card is on the fringe of Standard playability. If it does see play, it'll either be in sideboards or it'll be one of those situations where it gets one main deck slot here and there. Culling Drone is 2 mana for a 2/2 Eldrazi drone with Devoid and Ingest. I like this a lot. Black doesn't usually get the 2/2 for 2 bears with upside. This is a nice change. Everything about this makes it a solid limited pickup in pretty much any deck running black. You'll play a few of these if you can. It's a nice way to punish an opponent for having no early game defense. Easy Ingest triggers. Oh boy, Drana, Liberator of Malakir is 1 colorless and 2 black for a 2/3 legendary creature vampire ally with flying and first strike. Whenever Drana deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Okay, Drana's stupid now. She's disturbingly aggressive and is a perfect addition to the inevitable 1,000,000-color ally deck. Best part, you don't even need other allies with her. She just straight up buffs your entire team. Another cool thing, she has first strike, so when she deals damage, the counters are applied first and then normal damage happens. That's value. I can see her in any aggressive deck running black. Honestly, anything even remotely aggressive has no reason not to run her. Beyond Standard, pretty sure this is meant for Marchesa in Commander. Obviously, it's fine in Vampire decks, but I mean, Marchesa, they're actually perfect together. Raker is 4 mana for a 3/3 Eldrazi processor with Devoid. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Much like many of the other cards we've seen today, this is good. It's 4 mana for a 3/3 body, not terrible, and it has potential upside. Get some Ingest in there and you earn yourself a discard trigger. Not flashy or exciting in any way, but functional. I'll take it. Beastcaller Expert is 2 mana for a 1/1 elf shaman ally with haste. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Use this mana only to cast creature spells. Well, welcome to the new Standard and mana dorks. Wizards has said that they wanted to move away from 1-drop ramp creatures. Elvish Mystic is going to be a thing of the past. Beastcaller Expert, pretty good substitute. It gives you all the colors for creature spells, and it has haste, so if you play it on turn 1 and drew a 1-mana creature, awkward, you can still play it. Also plays well if you want to drop a tapped land on turn 1. Otherwise, you'll still have 4 mana by turn 3, which is basically where you want to be anyway. So while the Mystic is gone, your curve will be relatively intact. Not everything can be Sylvan Caryatid, but this is a decent replacement. Also, it's an elf, so Coco Elves. It's also an ally, so Allies. It's also just a great mana fixer, so all the decks. The elf is also definitely carrying around a Lotus Cobra, that's cool. And he's also Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones. See, the card does a lot. Wowza, Drana is looking pretty sweet, and that new Mana Dork, yes please. Let me know what you think about all these cards in the comments, especially the new Mythic and Mana guy. I want to know your thoughts. Also, and this is important, I'll be leaving for the MTG Community Cup tomorrow morning, and I'll be gone until Monday. If you want more information on what the Community Cup is, you can find that right here. Also, expect vlogs all weekend. I'll be hanging out with a lot of awesome people, many of them from Wizards of the Coast, so look out for that. We'll be back with our Best of the Rest series early next week, so stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Battle for Zendikar spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.